Hello and welcome to the Roy Rogers News Channel. Thank you so much for watching. And today, just before the Johto region launches, well, I'm taking some staff screenshots. So, oh my. Okay, K9 is congratulating Ponmu. I don't know what happened to Ponmu, but congratulations to you. All right, there we go. K9 XL, Dog XL, there we go. We have dogs in game, and now we have a face with a flower, known as Kaoyo. Would you like to say hello to everybody?
Hello everyone, how are you doing today?
Oh, good. Before I ask any questions, I have actually, my very first question, and it is not in the script. How did you come up with the name Kaoyo or Kaoyo?
Okay, so I really enjoy watching anime. I've been watching it since I was a kid, and I just decided to name myself Face Yo because the word for face in Japanese is kao. So I just added a yo to it, and ta-da, there's my username.
Oh, wow. My golly. You know, you remind me of my vacation over in Wildwood. So there was actually a storefront, and it's called Anime World or something like that. I went there, and I did not know a lot of the names of the characters. In fact, the only names I knew were the Pokemon names. So, yeah, I think
Makes sense.
you
If
told
I
me in
was
the...
there at that store with you, I would have been able to name easily over 50% of the characters in there.
Wow, by golly. That's be a video for the YouTube members. So for anyone who's
Yeah, I'm a nerd.
for anyone that is a YouTube member, feel free to stay tuned. I'm going to give you about a 50-minute tour of Wildwood, me just walking by. So yeah, probably the closest I'd be to Petrowski, by the way. Petrowski, this is public information. He said this on several streams. He lives out in Maryland, and Wildwood is in New Jersey, so it is literally a stone's throw away from Pat's home state. So there we go.
Yes, American geography. I am very adept at it.
Excellent. All right, have you been to Wildwood?
That was a joke. I am not from the United States. I know nothing about places in the USA. I'm sorry, everyone. I have never actually been to the United States before. Usually, when I go on vacation, my go to place is either Canada or someplace in Europe.
Oh, nice. All right, by golly. So now I would like to ask you some in-game related questions, and
Please do.
I should be asking you this one question. You know, it's not in the script, but I know the PokeMMO developers want me to ask you this question, so I'm going to ask it right now. Are you hyped for Johtomorrow? There we go.
Yeah, man, let's go.
Are you hyped?
I am excited to have a new region to play through with my friends. A new region to play.
Nice. All right, there we go. And I know that the PokeMMO developers are probably very happy that I asked that question. All right,
Hello.
so there we go. So now I'd like to ask the next question. Now it's time for our normal Roy Rogers news programming. How long
Here
have
we go.
How long have you been playing PokeMMO?
Well, beforehand, audience, our gracious host showed me a previous interview, Dawn's interview, and her answer is pretty much the same answer I'm going to give. I started in 2014, and I have been playing since then, very on and off.
Wow, that's awesome.
I would usually just play this with my friends, my real life friends, and we would come back to the game. We would come back to the game whenever there was a new region or whenever there was a new event, and then we would all just stop playing. This year, though, I came back last month. I think it's been a month now since I came back.
What a way to come
And
back.
I've been really delving into the end game content of the game, like shiny hunting, PvP, completing the Pokédexes, which I still haven't finished, but I'm close. And I've been really enjoying myself. I never really interacted with the community beforehand either, and that's something that's changed this time around as well. I joined a team. I am very present on Global. Some people may have seen me there already. And yeah, it's just been a really fun time. I'm enjoying myself.
Certainly. And as I said in the Dawn interview, you and Dawn and Roy Rogers News has something in common, and that be the fact that both, well, actually all three of you, started PokeMMO in 2014. Me personally, I started PokeMMO in 2013, so what a wonderful year for you to come on PokeMMO. So thank
May
you.
I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Was the first Pokemon game you played Pokemon Yellow?
Yes, it was Pokemon Blue, Red, Blue, and Yellow per se with the handhelds. However, if you're talking about my actual first Pokemon game, it was Pokemon Stadium on the N64.
Ah, okay, fair enough. That would have been another thing the three of us would have had in common because both Don and I started with Yellow as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, by golly.
Funny little tidbit for you.
Certainly. Yeah, no problem. All right. So, what activity do you enjoy doing in game? You mentioned a little bit of that. Competitive, shiny hunting, what sort of thing does Facio enjoy doing in game?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So right now, what I'm enjoying doing the most is shiny hunting. I started shiny hunting maybe 4 weeks ago, and I got my first shiny within 2 days, which was unreal.
Oh,
So I
wow.
just kept doing it, and I got four more in the next 2 weeks.
Oh,
And now, sadly, I'm working on a dry streak of 17 days without a
well,
shiny. So it's not going well anymore. But I had my time in the sun. I had fun.
I feel for you, man. I feel for you. I like the way how you said fuel. I like the way how you said in the sun because I was actually in Wildwood and I was wearing a lot of suntan lotion. So didn't want to get a sunburn. Speaking of getting a sunburn, I see a shiny Sneasel. Was that one of the shinies that you caught?
Yes, it was. It was the second ever shiny I got.
Nice. Would you like to link that for our audience?
Sure. Should I just whisper it to you?
Yeah, whisper, normal, either way.
All right, give me a second.
All right. There
Shame
we
about
go.
the zero speed, eh?
Oh, wow. I mean, 2x31, that's certainly nice. But you can just fix that with the Ditto, though, the zero speed. Unless you're one of those memers in the global chat that loves zero stats in IVs.
I don't. I really don't.
Okay,
I
yeah.
could do without that zero, but hey, it's still a decent shiny. I very much enjoy this Sneasel. It matches my fruity outfit. See?
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, you had sort of a fruity element to your outfit, as you mentioned with your screenshot, right?
Yes. I went full fruity.
That is awesome. All right, there we go. Have you seen those commercials with the guy, the punch guy that breaks through walls and he essentially gives you
The
punch?
Kool-Aid Man?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, have you seen that?
I haven't seen the commercials, but I've seen his appearances on Family Guy, if that counts.
Oh, all right, yeah, no problem. But yeah, he was a part of my childhood, so I remember seeing him break through walls and stuff in commercials. Oh man, that's what you remind me of. I do have to ask this next question because I know some people are curious about this. When did you aspire to join the staff team on PokeML?
Before I answer that question, is it a possibility for us to exit the studio briefly?
Sure.
Okay, follow me then. I want to show you something.
Okay. This is certainly
I'm
first.
gonna I'm gonna show you the interaction I had with a player that made me want to send in a mod application initially.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
So I should say this to the people at home. I restarted PokeMMO because I got an itch to play through Sinnoh because I really enjoyed this game's soundtrack. So one day while I was at work, I just sat right here and I was just listening to Jub Life's theme and doing some paperwork or whatever it was. So I was just sitting right here. If you would just stand over there, right here, and I saw this guy doing this.
You
It's gonna
know.
it's gonna look like a Benny Hill skit where you just see the same guy running up and down, going
Oh,
off screen. A couple minutes go by, there he is again, just going off screen again. So finally, at like the fifth or sixth time, I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" And turns out we can go back to your studio now. I just wanted to do a little gag. Turns
certainly.
out it was a little 10-year-old kid who was completely lost
Oh,
in Jub
wow.
Life City because there's actually a lot of stuff you need to do in Jub Life City before you can go on to the next part. You have to talk to Barry, you have to find the clowns. There's a bunch of shenanigans you need to get through. And the kid was just not getting it.
Yeah, certainly.
So I approached them and I helped them out. And once we got to Ouroboros City, he just turns to me and he's like, "Thank you." A tear almost came down my eye. It was so wholesome.
That's awesome.
And yeah, it was a really wholesome serotonin rush, as I put it.
That's wonderful. I'm so happy for you. And, actually, this was the first time on the Roy Rogers News Channel. You are quite historic, man. You're the very first person on the Roy Rogers News Channel to ever take me out for cardio. So, thank you so much. I mean,
I'm really glad your studio equipment works outside as well. It's top-notch technology.
all right, certainly, certainly. I have another question for you. So, what was the application process like in the staff team? A lot of people ask me this, but what was the application process like? Not to give too much detail,
I actually didn't know how to apply for a mod before someone on Global showed that little link explaining how to do it. That's how I found out. So I clicked it, and it's like it tells you need at least 500 hours of gameplay, no previous offenses attached to your account, speak English. That was a big one too. And then you submit a ticket giving your a little introduction of yourself, basically just saying where you're from or how long you've been playing, what do you like to do, basically giving a presentation of yourself.
Oh, wow.
And and this is the best part for me, you can attach a picture at the end of that application. And I did. And if you'll allow me to send you something on Discord,
Oh, yeah, sure.
please don't show this in the video, by the way.
Okay, yeah, no
This
problem.
I attached this photo to that mod application.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
And I still refuse to believe anything else other than that picture alone got me into the team.
oh, wow. Now, for the sake of Facio's privacy, I'm not going to show you what that picture is. It's a real life picture of him doing a nice little dance, but use your imagination. That's all I'm going to say on that. Use your
Just
imagination.
imagine a goofy guy wearing a pink blazer. That's me.
Certainly. Yeah, I mean, congratulations for getting in. By golly, you look pretty sharp. Someday a lady's going to snag you up. You can go ahead and show that probably on a dating website, and you're probably going to get a bunch of hits. So,
You know
good
what?
luck.
My friends have told me the same, but no luck so far.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem, no problem. Just give it time. All right. But I have some more questions for you, if you don't mind me
Go
asking.
ahead.
So, back to PokeMMO. What is your most
Yes, please.
memorable shiny in game?
Does it have to be my own?
It could be your own, or it doesn't have to be your own. Either way.
I'll go with mine because I have to explain a lot of context behind the other one. My most memorable shiny was a Driftblim, and this is because, in case you've never shunted for a Driftblim before, oh, we have a little guest running around here. Hello.
A fan of ours. All right, there we go. Hello there, Trash By.
It's a good name. Now, where was I? All right, Driftblim. I don't know if any of you have tried to shunt for a Driftblim before, but Driftblim really likes to kill itself at level 46-ish. It has self-destruct, it has Destiny Bond. It will blow up in your face or even take you with it if it wants to. So to counteract that, you get a Pokemon with Damp. Sadly for me, I had no idea that, one, Drifblim had self-destruct, and two, what Damp even did. Fortunately though, 2 days before I found the shiny Drifblim, I joined Zombie, the team I'm currently in. And as soon as I mentioned, hey guys, I'm shunting for a Drifblim, everyone immediately jumped in and said, bro, you need to prepare because he's gonna blow up and you need a Pokemon with Damp. And I assembled a team. I got a Golduck, and I think I even put Soak, just so I could hit Drifblim with False Swipe. The day after that, after I made the little Golduck to catch the Drifblim with, I just found it, and I freaked out, and I'm like, yo, I found a balloon, and I called everyone over, and everyone watched me catch it, and it was really fun.
That's awesome, man. Wow, by golly. So, if I may ask, what was your most memorable moment in game besides the shiny encounter?
As soon as I came back to the game earlier last month, I was on Global and I saw someone say, "Hey, I have Rayquaza with me. Anybody want to come trade it and get it into the Pokédex?" So I'm like, "Sure, why not?" And I ran to the Poké Center he was at. I go up the stairs, and there's just a huge line of people in front of the guy with a big Rayquaza at the other end of the room, and it was really funny to watch that unfold. And this is a compliment to all the players in PokeMMO. It was genuinely surprising that everybody was respecting their place in the line. I was not expecting that. I thought it was going to be a huge free for all to see whoever could challenge the guy to a duel first to get the Rayquaza, excuse me. But no, everybody was just hanging out, waiting for their turn. It was lovely.
Certainly. Yeah, I remember when I was trying to get Rayquaza in my decks on one of my alternative accounts, and I saw the exact same thing, the line of people, and at first I just kind of went charging there, but then I realized I was like, wait, yeah, there's a line here. So I stood in the line and I got my Rayquaza, which was nice. So yeah, certainly. It's nice to respect people and their wishes. And I love the fact that PokeMMO, everybody is civil. And I know that there are some bad apples out there, but don't worry. Game masters out there, they can take care of those people. But
Yes, they
what
do.
I would like to ask you this. How
Go
did you
ahead.
find PokeMMO?
Well, I don't remember, but usually when I find a new game, it's because my friends recommend it to me, and two friends in particular that are on par with me in terms of being Pokemon nerds. Those two guys probably introduced me to this game,
Wow.
so that's how I found out about it through my best buddies.
That's awesome, man. Now, if I may ask, do you have any advice to give people who want to contribute to PokeMMO?
I think the best advice I could give is just this is gonna sound really corny, but just be kind to one another. Don't be a jerk. No, just help people out because and remember that for this is a very popular game amongst children. So mind your language. I sound like a freaking dork right now, but yeah, just be kind to each other.
Certainly. And by the way, if YouTube's listening, when Facio says children, he's referring, well, most people on PokeMMO are 13 plus, because otherwise, if they weren't, then YouTube would mark most of these videos for kids, and that is why I'm going to say now, most people in PokeMMO
Oh
are
God, are
13
you gonna get
plus.
demonetized because of me?
Not necessarily, but unless you say some profanity or anything sexually promiscuous, which I can assure you, you are not going to because you have that badge beside your name. So I feel very confident about the fact that you're not going to demonetize me.
Good.
All right, there we go. There are some people I have to worry about, but you are the least of my worries. Do you have any closing thoughts, Facio?
This was one of the funnest things I've ever done. In a million years, I never expected to be doing an interview in a Pokemon game. PokeMMO is such a unique experience. I am really glad I came back this year on a whim just to go play through Sinnoh and stuck around to actually get involved with the community and focus on endgame content because it's been a wild ride. I'm really happy that I was accepted into the team, even though I really wasn't expecting it. And I hope I don't disappoint anyone in the future with my moderation, with my new moderation job. I've only been a mod for like 5 days, I think, or
Wow.
4.
Welcome to the team. Welcome to the team.
Thank you. It's been a very wonderful experience.
Certainly. And I'm going to make a statement here. So, do you notice that Facio said something that was really profound? He didn't expect it. There are so many people out there in Pocono, they reach out to me for consulting. They're like, hey, Roy, I really want to join the staff team. That's the wrong attitude to have when you're applying to the staff team. Your real attitude should be, okay, I want to contribute to the community. I'm going to try to punch in my application, and maybe I might join, but maybe I might not. And keep in mind that there's a sense of non-entitlement. As you see by Facio, he joined the staff team because he's not an entitled player. So, Facio, thank you so much for being an inspiration to everybody.
You're welcome. May I make a small admission?
Yes.
When I started writing my application, my initial thought going into it was, okay, I would genuinely like to be part of this staff, so I'm going to write something formal or I don't know, just professional sounding. As soon as I started writing, that went out the door, and I just decided I'm going to amuse myself. And I wrote a very goofy, very character-driven application. Let's say, I wanted my thought was, this is me. This is what you're going to get if you accept me into the team. If you don't like it, oh well, I'll still keep playing your game, no problem. So don't try to be too formal. Don't sound like a robot. Be yourself.
Yes! Man, actually, my friend Jerry back in 2018 became staff, and I remember I applied for staff, and Roy Rogers News has sort of a really scary professional sort of reputation. So the higher ups immediately wrote me a really nice rejection letter, but I asked, I was like, how come you wrote me? And one of the things the higher ups told me was, Roy, you're a bit too professional for us. And then,
Really?
yeah,
Interesting.
and then a few years later, I talked with Pat Petrowski, and Pat's like, "Man, we're friends. Please don't talk like that. Please don't talk like that. And throughout the years, I've been trying to work on being more relaxed, less punctual.
More relaxed person.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say now.
Yeah, because actually, this kind of stems back to my real life, college years and professional life. I've had to be very, I guess you could say, punctual, if that's the right word. Be very punctual, and it seemed like a lot of people on PokeMMO, at least I thought, okay, I thought that was the way how I needed to be. And as a result of that, I kind of scared away a lot of people from the higher ups, and I scared a fair amount of people, at least on YouTube, I scared a lot of people, particularly my friends and colleagues. But I don't want to do that, which is why I've been trying to work on trying to relax my personality throughout the years, and I'm quite appreciative for everybody for your understanding. And Kaoyo, or Facio, thank you so much for bearing with me.
But hey, it worked out for you in the end, right? You're the mayor now.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm quite appreciative of my role. I mean, the fact that I can be able to communicate with both the community and staff, and I can be able to be a middle party is something that I cherish quite a bit on PokeMMO, because there are some people that feel a bit tense in the community and they want somebody to turn to in terms of asking questions. And then there are some people who say, hey, Roy, I'm a little scared to communicate with staff. Can you communicate on my behalf? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Then I reach out to a community manager.
Really?
Yeah, there's some people that are.
Do you think that's fear or just they're shy?
I think it's a matter of both, because some people look at your badge as like sort of like the police department. Some people are terrified to communicate with police in real life, so that's completely understandable. So, yeah.
Okay, I guess.
But yeah, I mean, Caillou is certainly quite a
Simon, if you will.
Simon. There we go. Simon is quite a wonderful guy to chat with on camera, and
you too, man.
Oh, thanks. I tried. There we go. And I do have one more question before I sign out. Have you seen the Roy Rogers News Channel before?
I saw it for the first time about 40 minutes ago. So basically, no. But you can count on me binge watching it either tomorrow or Saturday, for sure.
All right. That's wonderful. And by golly, Facio, thank you so much for being a part of the Roy Rogers News Channel a day before Johto's launch per Q's announcement.
Oh, the pleasure was all mine. It was a fun time here.
Certainly. And I'm very appreciative of you being a part of the Roy Rogers News family, just like Don.
I'm really happy your grandfather joined us for the interview as well. What's he doing? This man just lost here? What is this? Who are you? Pokemon Watch? Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Somebody let Grandpa loose.
Oh, man. You're way too good. By golly, if there's ever a project, something that I need to bring you or Don as a co-host, by golly, for a video someday. Both of you are really entertaining to chat with. I love you guys. You guys are awesome.
Dude, thank you very much. It was, again, really fun to do this with you.
Certainly. And let's go ahead and sign off here. This is the Roy Rogers News Channel, and thank you so much, Facio, for the excellent sense of humor that you have.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Certainly. And this is the Roy Rogers News Channel. Don't forget to comment and subscribe to the channel, like the content that you see here. And this is the Roy Rogers News Channel signing off. Fast, accurate, unbiased, Roy Rogers News.
You sounded like Keemstar at the end there.
Johtomorrow. There we go. Perfect. All right. And Damon has met a traveler from an antique land who said, 2 vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Damon the poet. Perfect. Excellent way to sign off.
I've been staring at the wall ever since I talked to him.
Wow. All right. There we go. Damon's quite an excellent guy, and I've had him on the Roy Rogers News Channel before, back when his name used to be Damon TE. Really great guy. So, this is Roy Rogers News Channel, signing off.